All right, so whole number operations, and today we're reviewing multiplying whole numbers. So we're going to review the multiplication from 4th grade, and then after we're finished with our reviews, we're going to start adding some more complex material for 5th grade. All right? So we will review multiplication by 1 and 2 digit factors using guided examples. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to independently calculate the products of 2 digit by 2 digit factors and up to a 4 digit factor by a 1 digit factor. Okay, so here's our vocabulary for this lesson. First off, we have the word factor. The word factor. So let me have Travis. Can you see that definition up there? Read it real loud for me, Travis.
The first one, right?
Yep, the first one, factor.
A number that is multiplied by another number to get a product.
All right. So it's basically the things we're multiplying together, right? So if you look at my example problem, the two numbers that we're multiplying are what we call factors. All right? So let's look at the next definition, product. Jake, can you read product for me?
Yeah. Product, the result when we multiply two or more factors. The answer to them to a multiplication problem.
Make sense? Simple, right? So we have the factors, those are what we're multiplying, and we have an answer, that's the product. Okay? So when you see in a word problem the words find the product of, what do you need to do? Multiply. Exactly. All right, so we're going to do some practice by rolling dice. So we're rolling products, right? All right, so here's what we're doing. We're going to roll 5 virtual dice. I'm going to do that for the demonstration, and then you're going to be doing that on your own when it's time, okay? So we're going to use 5 numbers. The first part, we're going to use 5 different numbers, so we got to roll 5 dice. And we're going to take those numbers and create our own multiplication problem. Okay? So we want to create a problem that has 4-digit factor on the top and a 1-digit factor on the bottom. Everybody with me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let's do our first roll. Let me go back up here. We're going to get some virtual dice. All right, so I'm going to roll again. Okay, so I have 2, 6, 3, 5, and 1. 2, 6, 3, 5, and 1. I will not accept you putting 1 as the bottom factor. That is too easy. Okay? So we're going to choose one of those other dice to be the bottom factor. How about 6? Let's challenge ourselves, right? Okay, so we're going to write this down. We're going to do... All right, so we're going to do, what were the dice? 2, 6, 3, 5, and 1, right? Okay, so I'm going to write that down. 2, 6, 3, 5, and 1. So we're going to do the problem. Oh, I should have written that in roll number 1. That's okay. So let's do 2, 3, 5, 1 times 6. Okay? 2, 3, 5, 1 times 6. And we want to find the product of that. So when we are doing a multiplication problem, we're going to line all the numbers up to the left or to the right. Doesn't matter the place value at all. Everybody hear me say that? In multiplication, we line it up to the right. Place value does not matter. It's always lined up to the right. Where do we line it up?
To the right.
To the right. Where do we line it up?
To the right.
To the right. So we're going to write 2, 3, 5, 1 times 6. Now, do the place values happen to match on this one? Yeah, but when we're working with decimals, they won't necessarily match. Okay? So, does place value matter with multiplication when we're lining it up? No. We line it up where? On the right. Okay, so now we can begin multiplying our bottom factor by each digit in the top factor. So we're going to start by multiplying 6 times 1. What is 6 times 1? 6. So we're going to put 6 underneath the first digit in our top factor. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is 6 times 5. 30. We can't put 30 down there. So what are we putting down there? 0. The 3 goes up on the next digit above it. We carry the 3. We're regrouping. Okay, now we have to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3 gives me 18. But what do I do with that 3 at the top? Add it. So 18 plus 3 more, 21. I got to put the 1, carry the 2. Everybody with me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, I'm doing 6 times 2. 12. Are we done with that one?
No.
No. What do we got to do?
Add the 2.
Add the 2. So what do we get?
14.
14. So we're going to write 14 because there's nowhere to carry the 1. So we're writing it at the bottom. We need a comma in our answer. I should put the comma between what two digits? Case?
The 1,000 and the 100.
Okay, what digits is that in here? Caleb?
Between the 4 and the 1.
Between the 4 and the 1. Perfect. Okay, so that is our, what do we call that? Answer at the bottom. What do we call this? Our product. So our product is 14,106. So we're going to write it over here. 14,106. Okay, we're going to go back and we're going to roll the dice again. So let me go back up to my link. Virtual dice. We're going to roll again. Let's roll a couple times. All right. Do we like those numbers or roll again?
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah.
Oh, those are all easy numbers. Those are even easier. Let's do this one. This looks, oh, that's a lot of 4s, isn't it? Should we use a 4 as our bottom factor then? Yeah, so 42544. Help me remember that. We're going to go back to our presentation. Okay, 42544. So on our second one, 42544. That's what we rolled, right? Okay, so we want to use a 4 as our bottom factor. So our top factor, let's just put them in order then. 4, 2, 5, 4 times 4. That's going to be our factors. Okay, when I'm writing my multiplication problem, I line it up where? Shout it.
To the right.
To the right. Does the place value matter?
No.
No. I'm going to line it up to the right in multiplication no matter what. So 4, 2, 5, 4 times 4. Got it? Okay. So we're going to start by multiplying which two digits, Sophie?
The 4 and the 4.
The 4 times the 4. 4 times 4 is? 16. Carry my 1. Right? We're regrouping. What two digits am I doing next, Jake?
5 times 4.
5 times 4 gives me
20.
20. And then what, Jake?
Plus 1.
Plus 1 gives me
21.
21. I've got to remember to add in that number I carried, right?
Yeah.
We can make simple mistakes. If we forget that part, we'll end up with the wrong answer. Okay, next I'm going to do what, Kalia?
4 times 2.
4 times 2 gives me what? 8.
Plus 2 equals 10.
Plus 2 equals 10. Good.
We can't put the 10 down.
Right, so we got to carry that 1. All right, Emily, what's next?
4 times 4.
4 times 4 is
16.
plus
1.
gives me.
17. You can't carry it.
Where do I put the comma, Matthew? Well, between which digits?
Between the 7 and the 0.
Perfect, between the 7 and the 0. We always put it between the hundreds and thousands, right? In between those. Okay, is everybody good on this type of problem? Thumbs up. Yes, we're good? Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go back to the dice. Oh, wait, nope, we're going to move something else. We're going to do something else. We're going to level up. Yeah, when you finish one level, you level up, right? Just like everything else. All right, so now we're going to roll 4 dice. And using those 4 numbers, we're going to create a multiplication problem with 2 two-digit factors. Okay, so 2 numbers over 2 numbers. Then we're going to calculate our products, and we're going to work it on our notes in our journals, okay? All right, so let's try this out. We need our virtual dice. Help me remember the numbers we got.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so now we're doing 4 digits. Let's roll a few times and see what we get here.
Well, that's
Oh, there we go. How about that one? 6, 4, 4, 3. 6, 4, 4, 3. So we're going to write that on the first roll. 6, 4, 4, 3. So we need 2 two-digit numbers. Do we want to just do 64 and 43?
Yes.
That makes sense? Easy, right? Okay, so we're going to do 64 times 43. Everybody write that down? All right, so now we've got to find our product. Did you guys do standard algorithm? Did you do lattice method or partial products? Somebody raise your hand. Tell me what kinds you did last year. Jake?
We did a standard algorithm.
You did standard algorithm? Okay, that's kind of what you ended up with.
I like regular.
Regular? Okay, so everybody's kind of familiar with regular standard algorithm, yeah? Okay, so we always line our multiplication up where?
To the right.
To the right. Okay, so we're going to do 64 times 43 lined up to the right. Okay, so we're always going to start with the ones place on the bottom and multiply it by each place value on the top. Okay, so my first multiplication will be 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So I put the 2 just like before. I'm going to put the 2 and carry the 1. Okay, what am I going to multiply next, Zoe?
6 times 3.
6 times 3 gives me what, everybody?
18.
And then what?
19.
19 because I'm adding that 1. Okay, so there's nowhere to carry the 1, so I'm just going to write 19. Okay, hopefully you remember from 4th grade. The next thing I need to do is so important. Caleb, what do I need to do?
Add a 0.
Put a 0 here to hold that place. Because when we multiply our tens digit, the first thing we get has to go under the tens digit. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now I'm multiplying which 2 digits, Onyx?
4 times 4.
4 times 4, which gives me, everybody?
16.
16. Again, I'm going to mark that out so I don't get confused, but I'm carrying a 1 again. Okay? Next, I'm multiplying 4 times 6, and that gives me, everyone?
24.
24 plus 1 more?
25.
25. So there's nowhere to carry. I'm going to put 25. Now look at my numbers. Look at my numbers where I multiplied these numbers right here. Are they all over the place and wonky? Are they all over the place? I see neat columns. Do you see neat columns?
Yes.
if I don't have neat columns, then when I go to add those things, am I going to make some mistakes possibly?
Yes.
Yeah, so we want to make sure when we're multiplying that we write our numbers in nice, neat columns so we add the correct number to the correct number. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to start adding. When we're adding, we always start on the right and work our way to the left. So everybody shout the answers for me. 2 plus 0?
2.
9 plus 6?
15.
I got to carry the 1. 5 plus 1?
6.
Plus 1?
7.
And then 2 plus nothing?
2.
Okay, do I need a comma?
Yes.
What 2 digits do I put it between? What 2, Travis? The 2 and the 7. Do we all have that written down?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, we have 3, 4, 2, 5 for our next problem. So let's go back here. What was it?
3, 4, 2, 5.
3, 4, 2, 5. Should we just do 34 and 25?
Yes.
Okay, 34 times 25. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Extra cheese.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, 35 times,
What's 34?
oh, my bad. You're right. I was like, that doesn't sound right. 34 times 25. Right, so we're going to put our line there. First, we're multiplying what, everyone?
5 times 4.
And that gives me,
20.
okay, 0 goes down, 2 gets carried. Now we're doing 5 times 3
15.
plus 2 more,
17.
17. There's no place to carry the 1, so I'm going to write it there. Next step, critical, 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 very important next step. Very important next step. Bella,
You put a 0.
0 placeholder. Super important next step. Do not forget it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now, what are we multiplying next? What are we multiplying next, Ashton?
4 times 4.
4 times what?
4.
4 times 4. I only see 1 4 there.
Oh, I mean 4 times 2.
Yeah, 4 times 2. Perfect. So 2 times 4, everyone? 8. 8. And I already used that 2 at the top, and I'm not carrying anything. I'm going to cross it out so I don't get confused. What's next? What's next, Kalia?
3 times 2.
And that's
6.
6. Okay, what do I do now? Add. Everybody add. What's our product?
850.
Awesome. Okay. Bum 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 ba da da ba 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 da da ba 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 da da. Omo. All right. Here's our Omo for the 3 by 1. Or for the 4 by 1. 4 digit by 1 digit. We're going to do, here's our factors. We're going to do 5, 2, 3, 6 times 5. I want you to set your problem up and do the work. 5, 2, 3, 6 times 5, and then find your product. Okay, did you guys all get the same thing I did? Thumbs up?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Awesomeness. We got one more Omo. One more.
It's the 4 digit.
It's the 2 by 2. All right, so here we go. Let's do 23. 23 times 46. Line up your problem. Find your product.
Yes,